See you later.
Rise of the Rune Lords, Chapter 2, Session 23.
Wait, are we starting now? Because I'm not ready yet.
I think they call that priapism.
You have
First intro ever.
have successfully concluded a very, very bloody scouting mission.
It's okay. There's sawdust everywhere.
You made a guy who thought he was invisible sad by proving that he was wrong.
And then we reenacted that one scene from X-Men First Class.
Which scene was that? I haven't seen that movie in a really long time.
Adapt to this.
Right.
And then you discovered an office with a bunch of stretched human and other faces nailed to the wall, and a rookery above that, full with what Caladriel very, very clearly identified as messenger ravens, which are trained to fly to a specific location.
Now, are the faces nailed to the wall, or are they nailed to, like, removable frames?
They're on frames, yeah.
I wonder if these are, like, collectibles or something.
Why are these things so slippery?
Well, they haven't been properly tanned.
Very true.
Need proper drying in the sun, otherwise they just get all slimy.
Stretched flat over wooden frames by strips of leather or black twine.
Yeah, they're probably just knockoffs anyways. Right, so as I recall from 5 minutes ago, we were going to take these ravens back with us using our makeshift crates, cages, back to our place where we're going to do the sleepy bit.
Sleepy bit.
And then release them and follow them, see where they're supposed to go to tomorrow.
I mean, sure. How were we following them?
Let's release them from the top of a tall building.
Okay. I mean, that seems legit, but still, how are we following them?
Something at least 3, 4 stories high.
We just need to know where they go, and I would. My guess is that it's not going to be like, completely out of eyesight. I mean, it could be, but we'll at least get a direction.
You will know that the view
You
from
remember the direction thing with the freaking goblin and how well that went? We're going to end up in a forest full of fire pelts.
You will know that
we'll just gag Caladriel and make sure he doesn't run off.
Those who have been there will notice that the view from the rookery is quite commanding.
All right, so I suppose we don't actually have to keep we don't have to take the ravens with us. We can just keep them here, come back tomorrow, release them, see what direction that they go in, and then go. We have the town map. We can mark it off and calculate and do triangulation and all that jazz. Maths. Crickets. Right, Caladriel?
What? You said words, I'm sure of it.
Shakar, you're of a bird persuasion. Can you, would you agree with the plan? Or would you amend it?
I would agree.
Excellent. Let's all pick our chins up off the floor and maybe go get a good night's rest then.
My chin wasn't on the floor.
I have an idea. Like, I just sat back down, so I don't know anything that was said in like the last minute or so. But I have an idea.
I'm sure it's infinitely better than my idea.
What was your idea?
We all have a good night's rest, and then we come back here tomorrow.
Okay. Mine kind of goes along with that idea, I guess, but it goes along with your original idea about letting the rooks go and then just sort of watching where they go.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 3 of them, right?
We could release them in series, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So we let one go, follow it to the point where like we can't see it anymore, we go to that point, and then release the second one. Now that might not work because they might only be trained to go from point A to point B and point B back to point A again.
I think we established 5 minutes ago that they probably would just, get have to like spend a little bit of time to get their bearings right, and then eventually be able to go to where they need to go.
I see. Okay. So, I mean, yeah. Because if we let all 3 of them go at once, and they go further than we can see, then we're pretty much screwed. But if we let them loose, like, all right, that one went that way. We can tell that it went at least farther than this other really tall building that we could see off in the distance. So then we go there and we release the second one.
Mm-hmm.
This avocado is the worst.
Wait, you brought an avocado with you into battle?
Yes.
Didn't you say so? We could have used that.
It's the worst avocado, though. It's not cooperating in the least.
A little bit better. It's a fiendish weapon in the right hands.
Right?
I mostly use it to grease up floors so that our enemies can't get grip.
All right, so resting then? Is that what we determined? Are we resting here?
You see nice comfy beds and doors that lock and a place that nobody thinks is a part of a cult.
Doors that lock, yes, absolutely. The door to this office here, while the decor is kind of creepy as hell, definitely locks.
Didn't fit my last requirement, or my first requirement and my last requirement of comfy beds and not being a place of the cult.
There is a low-slung cot heaped with scratchy blankets.
No. That is not a bed. That is penance.
That is what?
Penance.
For what?
For having poor taste.
Well, I'm not, particularly keen on just leaving this place completely unattended. Because, especially, for a duration of the night, because, the payment was supposed to have been made at midnight.
I don't think that the people that have been accepting the payment will be missing us, since
We killed them all.
Pretty sure they're probably dead.
I mean, yes, in theory, that is a thing where these were they, but, we have no real way of knowing for sure.
It could be that their CPA also had to show up on time as well, but, if he really sees a bunch of dead bodies, do you think he'll really do anything?
I don't know. Accountants can be wily. Well, what's the vote then?
I vote for comfy beds and not a place that will kill us on our sleep.
Seconded.
Turkar? No, dogs, I'm not whistling for you, I'm whistling for Grandpa.
I'm sorry, I just walked back in here. I missed the last bit there. I was in the bathroom.
Jeroen wants to go somewhere that has comfy blankets and not a, cult atmosphere for sleeping. I feel like leaving this place with all of its intricacies is not necessarily the best idea.
Oh, well, I am of the opinion that I will just sleep upstairs in the rafters. So I'm cool no matter where we go.
Okay.
Can you escape from the rafters?
I can set this place on fire and then escape through the fire.
I seem to have misplaced an avocado. There it is.
May I make a suggestion as a DM?
No.
No.
Don't split the party?
Can we resolve the going to sleep somewhere slightly faster?
I say we sleep right where we're standing. Right now, we just all collapse on the floor asleep, and boom, we move on.
I'm totally down with that. Ow.
All
Seriously?
right, so we woke up at an undetermined amount of time.
Fine, I'll take the cot.
I'm going to watch Caladrel preparing his potions and shit.
So, you sleep in random locations in the sawmill, apparently. The sound of the machinery is a little disturbing from downstairs. You're a little,
Mightn't we have shut that off before going to sleep?
That is sufficient.
Yeah, I guess, probably.
pro tip, this is a role-playing game,
Mm-hmm.
so when you want to do something, it requires talking.
Alright, snarky.
Not huge stretches of dead air, and we can't decide to get to the end.
Or chewing into a microphone.
Sorry.
So, you wake up. You are slightly better off than you were, except you all have significant wounds that did not heal overnight.
Because this is not 5th edition.
Wait, we have significant wounds?
You have your morning stuff, right? All of that, so spells back.
So how much did we heal?
You heal basically your con mod.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I guess heal your hit dice.
Oh. What is that?
You have to have at least some natural healing. Jesus.
So is it like either the con mod or the hit dice, whichever is higher?
Wait, what is...
And we're level 5?
Yep.
Woo.
Wait, what is the hit dice again?
It's basically your level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 6.
Are we level 6? I thought we were level 5.
Well, if we're level 5, then I've been cheating this whole time.
I don't remember what level I am, perfectly. Honestly.
We're doing great, folks.
Now I forget, which one of you is the dwarf?
Yeah, I've got level 5 on my character sheet. Is that not a thing?
We leveled up to level 6 like 4 sessions ago.
Okay, I probably just didn't change that on this thing, even if I might have changed my stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
It also doesn't actually let me change my level, so that's probably why. Interesting.
Add level.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now because I don't know how.
Okay. Well, at least I got my spells back. I got my spells back, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what matters. As otherwise, this would be a very short trip for me. As I would go, do a 1-2 poof and then say Audi 5000. Right, I'm done.
All right, so we've slept. Up to the rookery we go, presumably.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that cot is made out of like a thread count of like 50. Very scratchy.
Oh, the poor baby.
It's bordering on rope.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Anything that is a thread count lower than 1,000 is sacrilege.
Raina goes up the stairs thinking that Jerome is just super prissy. And I'm in a dark room.
I slept in the room with all the faces on the walls.
Yeah, so did I. Because it had a lock on it. And I'm pretty sure that's where the cot was, so I'm thinking that that's where Jerome slept too. Trakar, did you just sleep in the rookery?
I most certainly did. I had to
Nice.
sleep with my Aryan friend, avian friend.
I was going to say, I don't think that's the right word.
Totally wasn't. But we're going with it.
They're Nazi birds.
Yes, they are. They shave their head or pluck their head, I guess. I'm not sure.
Nice.
All right.
They're bald eagles. Oh no, that doesn't work.
Raina, you're up there in the rookery. Timber cabinet sits against the northern wall. Its doors of iron mesh. Inside perch 3 strangely silent ravens. A table nearby holds a narrow bucket of bird feed, a quill, and a vial of ink, as well as several thin parchments weighed down by a polished rock.
Thin parchments? Are they blank? They're just there for the writing? Okay. So I holler down the stairs, like, should we write something on any of these before we send them away, or, like, what?
You got a good idea? Because I was just gonna write ha 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 ha, but I don't know how many H's are in there.
It's not the H's, it's the A's.
Honestly, I have no idea what would be appropriate. I mean, we could be vague. We could say something, akin to, now is not the right time. We should wait on the plan.
Or we could say that
BS our way through it.
She should come and check on our progress, and then we ambush her, whoever she is.
Or I have a surprise for you. I know I missed your birthday, and
Are you done with your teeth? All right. Well, anybody else have a notion on what we could write? Trakar, you were keeping company with the ravens, rooks
Actually,
all night.
I have a plan. Who here has the worst handwriting?
I'm gonna have to say that's probably Trakar.
No. Have you seen Caligel write?
No.
I mean, He is an alchemist. That pretty much means that he cannot write scribble for anything.
Right?
That's my point.
Trakar,
And I'm actually literate.
yeah, Trakar is actually illiterate. It's not bad handwriting. It's not writing.
So what I suggest is
Aloysius,
make,
you're going to have to sign exit.
make the message indecipherable. We don't.
Well, then we should definitely have Trakar write it. Nothing is more indecipherable than something that isn't even a language.
It should look like it's attempting to say something. What I'm getting at is we're sending the birds out. Whoever's on the receiving end is going to be opening this thing up and trying to read it. And usually when birds like these come, it's probably because it's more important than someone actually walking to them and saying something to them. So they're going to want to try to figure out what it is, and the more time that they're trying to figure out what it is, the more time we have to get to them.
Seems legit.
If it's just a smiley face, then they're going to know something's very wrong.
Well, Trakar has seen the written word before. Have him try to duplicate it.
I don't care who does it. Just somebody do it and do it convincingly.
Looks like a bunch of.
All right. I will attempt to do this.
It's literally going to be chicken scratch.
Well, quite literally, yes. So there's that.
Make it look like the ravens are writing the letters.
I hate you, Ravens.
I am going to do a...
If you think I'm taking this message back and forth again, quote me, nevermore.
that was my pitiful attempt at a linguistics check to see if it kind of like pans out for what I would like it to go for. As far as like a seems like it should be intelligible, but is completely unintelligible.
I mean, you're kind of getting shapes. It's not really. Doesn't really come across as writing so much as.
That is not at all what I put. There's my bad writing.
It is the worst bad writing. That was a critical failure.
Told you.
He drew a fish. Why is a fish?
Actually, like one of the best fish I've ever seen.
But it sucks as far as written language.
Yep. Unless picture of a fish is a written language somewhere.
It's not hieroglyphics.
Let's see if I recognize the language I just wrote in.
I don't speak Aqua.
Apparently I do.
See,
And I did not.
The answer to the insoluble problem that you were faced with.
We need to ask a child.
Yeah, you managed to render it into an intractable, possibly insoluble problem of finding out what language you just wrote that in. You seem to have written it in a fish pictogram-based language. What you wrote is fish.
All right. So the raven said fish.
Quoth the raven, fish.
Fish or more.
That's all I got. Hopefully that was enough.
So long as somebody on the receiving end is scratching their head, that's all I care about.
Why is it fish?
Maybe I'm holding it wrong.
Send fish.
Also, is that a fish with a cigar? What?
Why is the fish wearing a top hat?
Why does this fish have a middle finger?
And it's a speech bubble that says behind you.
Is this fish mooning us?
It's a moonfish. Are we sending the fish, or are we going to try something else?
Fuck it, send the fish.
We are all gonna die.
Can I put in some white powder in the letter to make him think it's anthrax or something?
If you have a white powder, you are
Oh, I'm sure I can make a white powder really
an
quick.
envelope. It's kind of a little tube, but I mean that lends itself to powdering a little better, maybe.
Yeah, dude.
They're just gonna think it's
But like,
cocaine.
it's supposed to think that it's from their allies. Why would their allies be sending them anthrax?
Maybe it's blow. Who knows?
They snort it thinking that it's cocaine, and it turns out to be anthrax.
I'm gonna burn down the building with you people in it.
I mean, it's probably actually just going to be some ashes, but let's make some white ash.
And hope that they successfully do like a knowledge nature check and understand what anthrax is.
Crowd alchemy. You remember that you have some quicklime
There we go.
as a reagent for one of your things. That's nice
yes.
and powdery white.
Let them snort the quicklime.
That sounds like a plan. Here, I've sent you a gift. Snort up.
You do remember back in one of your alchemy classes, somebody getting that in their eyes. It was
Oh,
bad.
it's super bad.
Oh yeah, super bad.
They're good ash. They're
Was it
bad
Carol?
ash. Fucking Carol.
Yeah, the person on the receiving end is actually just going to think that the person on the sending end was using this particular piece of paper as roll-up paper, or tube, or a tube, or whatever.
The fish makes it taste better.
It's not a dollar bill. All right. So you send the bird.
The first bird.
First bird.
First bird.
Watching from the rookery to see where it goes.
First bird with fish.
I'll write
Fish
the
bird.
I'll write the second letter.
Okay.
And my linguistics check there is to try to make a bad-looking writing.
It's pretty rushed. It looks hurried and a little difficult to make out. You gotta sort of study it. What is the text?
Tuanfu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
All right.
That's what it says.
Perfect.
The next one will be Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Are you writing these before letting the thing go, or did you let the first bird go and then start writing a letter?
I think we let the first bird go, and then I quickly jot that down as I realized, shit, we need 2 more of these.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody but Jakar or everyone but Jeroen make a perception check if you wish to watch the bird's flight.
That's okay. I wouldn't help here anyways.
Okay. Reyna, you see.
So Caladrel and Jakar, you're
No
not
one
going to
else
watch
cares.
the birds with me?
No one else cares.
They're apparently staring at the navels.
So it didn't happen. Reyna, you make a perception check and you see this bird. It really knows where it's going, and it heads due north, basically. Just north as fast as it can flap. No, it didn't happen, Jakar. You're way too late. It flaps just as fast as it can. Really seems to be well trained. And as it wanders off into the distance, you still seem to make out that flapping black speck. It's really nice because there's a little bit of overcast in the direction that he's going, and it helps you. And you see that it flies towards a tower, and you'll see it swoop under the iron span to the north and alight atop one of the tallest towers under the ancient stone bridge.
Okay.
Pretty prominent feature in that side of town. Easy to mark.
Okay.
I turn up to Raina and go, all right, we got the second one ready. How far did it get?
You do realize, of course, Jerome, that the whole point was we were supposed to watch it as far as we could, and then go to that location, and then release the second bird. You really didn't need to have that thing ready yet. But as it turns out, I think I was able to see where it went with only one bird worth of distance.
You mean I wrote this letter for nothing?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
No, I'm releasing this bird. I spent all that effort, and
I give some bird seed to the bird and the other bird. The two remaining birds.
I light my letter on fire.
I watch.
Right. You could consult your map. You do have a map of Magnamar
Oh, I do know
that you purchased from what's-his-face.
Can we switch to that view?
Do we have an actual map of Magnamar, or is it in an in-game map of Magnamar?
You got, and you purchased a map of Magnamar.
Okay, and where is the sawmill?
And now we're looking at it.
The
sawmill's on the island.
Yeah, 74 pretty much. It's where you guys are.
Okay.
And you said
And
that,
it went due north, so is it like this tower?
oh, you said under the bridge, so like 14-ish.
One of the tallest towers under the ancient stone bridge. Yeah. It's I don't know if it's 14. 14 is the iron span itself. That's the bridge.
It'd be in one of the things that within the circle, this expanded view.
Yeah, I'm trying to find which number it actually is. Those are mostly in like the 80s and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, 86,
81,
88, 82, and 84.
86. Raina, 86 is the one it went to.
Okay. Ooh, that was neat. All right. Let's not due north, but okay.
Well, ish. North, it veered a bit, I'm sure.
Clearly. The shadow clock.
Takar, would you like to do the honors of, well, if we, I know I made a promise to you, Takar, that we would release the other ravens, but if we release the other ravens right now, they're going to go with empty messages to this other place.
So what we have to do is burn the other place down, and then when the ravens see that the place is burnt down, they won't know what to do, and they will fly away to freedom.
Well, let's just come back for the other two ravens later.
Yes.
I'm okay with that as long as we're setting something on fire eventually.
Oh, don't worry. I will definitely set something on fire. We may be in the thing that I set on fire, but I will set something on fire.
No, we did that once already.
It is what it is. I'm okay with that.
So you've marked the shadow clock on your map. It's
86.
in the shadow, the area under the bridge they call the shadow. You now have a direction and a dead Justice of Magnamar on your hands.
Right, we should probably throw him in the lake.
How did...
Wait, no. I burned him from the inside out. Is he even... Can anyone even tell who he is?
His like robes and stuff are pretty good. His
Damn, the
face,
best are a dead giveaway.
yeah, his face melted.
So how about we use one of those pieces of parchment and write a suicide note and then push him off the rookery?
No, if his face is gone, all I have to do is burn his robes. I am.
Did we ever search his body?
Yeah, you looted.
I am. I'm torching his clothes.
But you got the key to his office. And the rookery trapdoor.
That's right.
If you want to write a note, don't make it a suicide note. Make it a final diary entry of how he finally went mad and succumbed to the voices in his head to tell him to burn them all.
He did have a journal there, did he not?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Can I, like, sort of mimic the handwriting of the journal up till now, and then write a message such as Jerome just suggested?
You would have to examine the journal. You did not examine the journal.
I examined the fuck out of that journal. Boom.
All right. What languages do you speak?
Okay, what page is that?
Or did we do this?
Asking the wrong person.
Did we do this?
We did something with linguistics. I want to say last session or the session before, but I can't remember for what.
That was for
the
trying
school.
to get into the wizard school. I don't know.
No. I mean something since then.
I don't know what page of my character sheet my spoken languages would be on.
It's on the details or whatever.
I don't have a details page.
So you're examining it.
I have Aquan, Ignon, and Common.
Right.
I have common and orc.
Okay, you do not recognize what language this is written in. Yeah.
The Draconic.
Caladrel, she's looking at it very perplexed. You come over, and a couple of the pages are written in Draconic.
Well, this is what this says.
And then
this is what that
it
says.
seems to be mixed in with other things.
Interesting. Well, since that school encounter, I've made sure to prepare an elixir.
Oh, one of those other things is Elvish. Ah, you got that, Caladrel.
Oh, well, I don't need an elixir for Elvish.
Oh.
Are there other things, though?
There's something that Jerome, I don't know, he recognizes a couple of characters of, but can't make out. That's the one that he points to things that is the thing that doesn't make sense to you.
What do I feel like it's closest to?
They seem to match characters in Ignan.
Okay, and I'm gonna do. Can I do a linguistics check to at least narrow down what language it might be? Since you might not know the language, but you might know what it's related to.
Get a sense of it. Yeah, you can make a check for that. For the 19, you're guessing that it's either abyssal or infernal.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have a common ancestor, but I never learned this.
It seems to be a lot of what is written in the journal is mixed between these things.
What a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Now, whoever reads this might not know the intricacies of it, so just mix in some Elvish and Draconic, and if you want a word from Ignon or something like that, I can probably come up with a simple base word, like a root word that might be common.
Alright, so the plan that I had, Caladrell is going to have to carry out because I only speak 2 languages, and I don't think either of them were featured.
I think it just like jumps between languages. That's sloppy.
Yes, but I think I understand the point behind it. Anyway. So,
I give
the other stuff in the chest. That there was a book, and it was describing the Jabberwock and other monstrous creatures. And there was another tome that was worth a lot of money.
Is it something like the Jabberwock and the unicorn dancing in the field? Or?
No. And then there was like 500 gold. And I feel like we did this language thing before.
I don't think that we did the language thing in as much detail.
The Jabberwock thing sounds familiar.
Yeah, that does.
I must have fallen asleep or something.
Well, stop doing that.
So, Caladrell, you had an approach.
Yes, that nice elixir I mentioned.
Yeah.
So you're drinking an elixir. What does the stupid book say?
I can't tell you that.
Wasn't asking you.
You never said you actually took it, so that's.
I'm taking the damn elixir.
Okay. Jesus. Actions, people, not.
Splitting hairs.
No, Jeff. Assume what we think.
Always, especially while I'm working.
Okay, so you get this Draconic, Elven, and Infernal. And it's mixed in a way that's irritating.
Yeah, it is.
Does comprehend language as an elixir help you with code?
No, I just understand the language as it is.
All right. So you understand the language.
I will transcribe it all to common.
All right. So you
We
make
can work out a code from there.
some transcriptions while you can decipher the languages in particular.
Maybe my warhorse can decipher the code.
I believe your horse is very lonely.
Okay.
Got it.
Going through it and transcribing parts of it is a very useful exercise for you. And as you do that, Jerome is looking over parts of it. And you feel like you're getting sort of a tenuous grasp on what the broad concept is, but it's going to take some study. You guess you'd have to spend about a day on it.
I hate studying. Yeah, I mean we could probably figure it out given enough time and if we'd like.
There are aspects of it that feel like this is really sort of a all the stuff I've been up to kind of journal.
Went to the store, bought lemons.
Doesn't just seem like some sort of accounting ledger or something. There is, more journal-y sort of stuff to it.
All right, I have a bad plan.
What is your bad plan?
We should go on a scouting mission. A real one this time. Not one where we, scout, but with a dagger.
We were scouting / slaughtering.
I think it would be valuable for us to figure out what these guys were up to before we run into the place that we need to run into. However, we should probably also scout out to see if like we can discern anything else. Like I don't want to wait. I don't want to sit around it for a whole day and find out that these people are just like moving on to like their next thing and we've wasted time.
Okay, so what do you propose?
So I propose that I study this with with Caldwell's assistance, and we also check out, learn what we can about the shadow clock.
So you're suggesting that we split the party. Is that where you're going with this?
We don't have to. I mean, I can maybe study on the road. It'll take me probably a little longer to do it that way with distractions.
Well, we'll try and make sure you don't walk into anything. But just don't get distracted, I guess.
But, I mean, we're also going to be walking past the oyster.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
It really is.
But it doesn't need to be.
But, well, need and is are two very different words. Can I study on the road?
Yeah, you can look it over. It's a very portable thing. He thankfully wrote, in sort of double line spacing, so Caladril's transcription is sort of page for page.
And should I go ahead and do my linguistics checks for the day then for this? Or what would you consider this?
Yeah, basically you would need probably the both of you if you're both studying it.
I would think that Caladril would. My guess would be that Caladril would be best suited to give me an assist on this.
Okay. So I would take 4 for depending on how long you're doing it. To get across town is going to be like 1.
Wait, you want 4 different linguistic checks?
Yeah, because you figure it'll take you a day
Okay.
to really dig into it. It's the morning.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that statistically may or may not work in my favor. So.
If you're walking over to the clock, that's 1/4 of the day. Sort of worth of time.
Caldra, what's your how good is Caladril's linguistics?
Well, I mean, he had that potion elixir thing.
It's probably what I mean is it's probably better. It's definitely better than mine because I only have a +1 in it.
He's got a +3.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I might be assisting him.
Isn't that how it usually works?
Yeah, I'm assisting Caladril. I'm like, no,
Just.
I think is this an A? I think it is an A. I think it is an A in common. It's a common A. Definitely a common A. Definitely.
That's a Q.
But doesn't a letter with a line in it mean it's an A?
There are lots of letters with lines in them.
Fuck.
I suck at this.
Stupid words.
See, this is why I'm not a fucking wizard.
You and me
books
both.
is hard.
You get through a portion of the system successfully.
All right. Well, here is my second assist, and my third assist, and my fourth assist.
All right. One of the times you don't feel like he was helping you very much, Calidro.
I was probably slowing him down.
One of the times? So I've done one.
I helped with that one. That one I helped with. And apparently
Jesus.
that one also.
So I got
There was-
one really good page.
There was one point when you're both like, duh.
Well, I tell you what, you guys got all of the articles figured out. So all of the
This one's a
Acts
the, and
and-
this one's an A, and this one's a the.
Well,
Yeah.
I know what the words are. I magically know what the words are. It's
Yeah,
deciphering the clues.
Yeah.
From them.
Yeah, you know what the words are, and you've transcribed them, but it's a cipher. It's still the words aren't in an order that is just flatly words in an order that says something. From your first one, you do get a sense that some of the things are written, skipped. So certain parts of a previous sentence apply to the sentence following it, but that's a portion of the cipher.
So it's longing, 17, daybreak, furnace, 9, benign, homecoming, 1, freight car.
Mission report.
Thank you for getting it.
Yes. I said I forget the date. I only remember mission report. 1985, right?
1991. December 16, 1991.
What is that from? Because this is not the first time that I've heard that brought up.
American Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War. Have you guys not seen that? No.
Nope.
Sorry. Side tangent.
Have
Maybe
not.
you should.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to slog at it. If you're spending all of those checks on it, then I don't know where you went, because that's 3/4 of the day.
Clearly, I was at the oyster while I was trying to decipher this, which is why I rolled so shit.
Oh yeah. So it's getting on towards evening.
Okay, so we were supposed to be going and looking at the shadow clock.
Yeah.
We're heading that direction. We walked by it.
So moving right along to the shadow clock.
Yup. Moving.
All right. So you pull up to the Iron Span, which is a stupidly huge structure. Ruined, of course, but it looks as if it's been built by giants. It's just on a scale that is ridiculous.
It's back when they knew how to build things. Now everything's shit.
I mean, it's like a roadway that's city blocks wide. It towers above you, blocking out sun from whole neighborhoods.
Like Frank's 2,000-inch TV.
Yeah, perpetually. And it's blackened Goliath of a structure. The lesser works of men huddle like weeds at the foot of great trees that are the ruined bridge's stone supports. As you approach your destination, 86, you see a decrepit and sagging clock tower leaning against one of the stone
That
supports.
was not me.
A dying structure of weathered stone, wood, and rusted metal supports that teeters to an unlikely height of over 180 feet. High above near the tower's roof and barely 5 feet from the iron-spanned stone belly, a tangle of scaffolding sits near a section of structure that has fallen away. The tower's clock face is frozen in time, defiantly and falsely proclaiming that it is 3 o'clock.
This irritates me immensely.
Above, a stone statue of an angel, and her wings are crumbling, and she leans precariously, almost as if she were preparing a final leap from her decaying perch.
Yikes. All right, so do I see the tower in question? Where the bird went?
Yep, that's the one.
As described.
Do I see a way up?
Yeah, it's got, there's an entrance. It's got like some signs and stuff around it that,
Say no trespassing.
say no trespassing, condemned.
Observatory deck this way.
Do I see... Looking... Do I see any people who look like they're trying to keep other people out, even if they're not trying to look like they're trying to keep other people out?
No, you don't see any guards or anything particularly. It seems to be there's people out and about around the roads near the place. You do hear a couple of people seem to be taking bets into a betting pool about when the structure is going to collapse.
Interesting.
And one of them actually seems to be laying money on the number of deaths it will cause when it crashes into the rest of the city.
Yikes. It's a little morbid.
How much is he betting, and what's his number?
He's put 2 silver on 50, and he seems to be mentioning that it's from some tavern. The betting pool is related to one of the taverns in the area.
If nothing else, if we're going to go up there, we might as well make money from it, because I'm sure we're going to cause some damage.
No. We never do that.
We always do that.
I know. It's the only reason why I hang out with you guys.
Thanks, Takar. Right. Well, I suppose we should watch our footing then.
Seems like.
I am assuming at this point that we have gotten here, and Caladrella and I are still in our process of deciphering. Is there a nearby coffee shop that we can wait at? Because that's what we'll be doing.
Nothing so genteel in the shadow. There are several taverns.
Is one of them the tavern that was doing the betting?
Yeah, you can find that tavern named on your map.
Well, it's as good a spot as any to look
Bridge.
over this stuff. And it also affords us an opportunity to keep a watchful eye on the entrance of this place to see if there's any ingress and egress of peoples. Yes?
Makes sense to me.
Wunderbar.
Underbridge. Okay.
Wunderbar?
The area that you've wandered into is dotted with seedy taverns, poorly run brothels, and rat-infested gambling dens, complete with salt-blasted tenement buildings and cheap flop houses in Magdamar's most dangerous district.
Reminds me of childhood. There wasn't a gypsy camp back then. We just had to rough it with the miscreants after a hard day's work of dancing on the streets in the upper class area of town.
I never thought of you as a dancer, Jerome.
Oh, I didn't dance. I looked for marks.
Oh. I see.
You will know that the specific betting pool that the gentleman was referring to was one at the Friendly Merchant.
Does that afford us an opportunity to
82. So not particularly close to the clock.
Well, we don't want to be, I suppose, so close to arouse suspicion. Why did everything go black for me?
You don't get to see the things. Yay!
Because Telagel just clubbed him with a sap.
All right, everything
That
is
was
black.
rude.
I'm just gonna.
What are you gonna do?
The closest thing that's sort of a public thing listed on your map is the Shrine of Sarenrae,
Ooh.
which is
In the crappy part of town here?
88.
Where else should it be? Second chances and all.
Yeah. 88. Oh, there it is.
Now this one, Caladriel, this one's an A. I'm pretty sure. You see this pattern he's going for here is it's 1 + 2 + 2 + 1. It's that kind of pattern.
Even if you were right, it'd be 1 + 1 + 2 + 1, not 1 + 2 + 1 + 1. All right. 1 + 2 + 1 + Shut up!
No, it's following an A B B B A Q A pattern.
QA?
Yeah, the Q is to throw you off. You just disregard it entirely.
I see.
Yes.
As you are wandering through the streets and the daylight, what little of it ekes through the side of the underbridge shadow area, a guard walks by and says, "Oi!"
Oi yourself.
Seriously, Cal?
Yep.
Yes, officer?
You better be looking where you're going. It's not the safest part of town.
I'm looking at you.
My friend here has been drinking. We'll get him back to his room. Just fine, officer. I promise he won't cause a ruckus.
Right.
Caused his mom a ruckus.
It's not me that you need to be looking out for
That's right, it's me.
at current.
We promise not to maim anyone too severely tonight should they attempt to rough us up.
Just, you look like you knew. Stay on the main roads and, well, that's not even good after dark, but I don't know. Seem like sort of fancy folk to be down this side of town.
Never too fancy to get our hands dirty. Don't worry, officer. With me, there is always light. and I do a little dancing light thing as though that's impressive at all, but it's not.
All right. Well, I don't want to find your names on the docket in the morning as another set of victims.
Would he know if he did? Because he doesn't know our names.
Oh, it's
But
not going to be
I don't
my
say
name
that
on
out
that docket.
If you see Jerome on your list, I sincerely apologize, but worry not if it is. It wasn't your fault.
All right. I'll be awfully upset if I have to identify your bodies.
Don't they generally leave that to people who actually know us?
Well,
It's not
That's,
my
that's
body
said
that
out
we
of
don't
character,
identify.
but like, yeah, I'm identifying the bodies. I've seen these people before. They are in fact bodies.
well, he knows us now. I introduced myself. He's seen my face. He knows my name.
I mean, okay. He knows you.
There's several shady organizations operating around here. I'm just trying to be helpful. Raina, you will know that one of the Thieves Guild locations is in the area.
Right?
You're among friends.
And he moves on, mumbling to himself. You catch something about damn tourists.
I am not a. Okay, maybe I am.
Thanks for tourists.
Wait, you're not?
I'm not, no.
It's not every day that you get to go to the Shadows Clock.
Oh my god, are we serious with this?
Seriously.
Sorry, my nib is just being the worst thing that's ever been created.
Wait, are you? Are you?
Yes, I am multitasking right now.
Okay.
Trying to make a birthday card, trying to roleplay. Neither one of them is going very well.
All right. Show of hands. Who else is multitasking right now?
I am working.
I am eating.
That counts!
Anyways. All
So, if the guard has moved on, then we shall likewise move on.
And find herself at some tavern, which Galadriel and I can continue to do our deciphering bits. Does anyone else have anything else that they're doing while he and I are doing that?
I just look super irritated.
Well, I mean,
Why?
anything new and different from the way you normally are.
Oh, burn. Such a
No,
burn.
it's not a burn. It's just who he is.
I do kind of have the resting bitch face.
I mean, he has to put up with Galadriel.
Oh, another burn. Such the burnest burn.
I mean, I am Jerome of Borbrander.
All right. On your way to the tavern, make a perception check.
Right. Oh.
I am apparently I'm rolling shitty on my linguistics checks because I'm actually occasionally looking up.
Raina,
Yeah.
you see down an alley that you passed, a dark path winding in between a couple of buildings. You swear there was some movement, and you see a sort of huddled lump in the middle of the alley.
Okay. What shape is this lump taking? And is it moving?
It is not moving. It is lump-shaped.
It is a non-moving lump. Okay.
So you're pretty sure you can make out a leg sticking out of the general form of it.
Humanoid?
Yeah.
Alright. Is that in the direction that we are heading, or is that, off to a side?
Off to the side.
Hang on a second, guys. So I draw whatever is my smallest weapon. I think I have a dagger in here somewhere. Really gonna be making that kind of noise this time of night?
Yes.
Have a rapier.
You have a Chris.
Yeah, I was hoping for something really, really tiny, so I guess I'm going with the Chris. And I'm going to sort of walk slowly up to this thing.
All right. As you approach, it becomes clearer and clearer that it is some person sort of crumpled over and hunched in sort of the middle of the alley. Their back is mostly to you.
Okay. Oi!
No response.
Hey, Sanka, you dead?
No response.
He doesn't even say, yeah, man, he must actually be dead.
I'm pretty sure that's how the coroners determine it.
Totally. Totally it. So, stepping closer, Chris drawn, I poke it. Not with the Chris, with my shoe.
It's moves in a disconcerting, stiff way as a response to your kick, not as something of its own power.
Does it smell dead?
There is a disconcerting smell.
Is it disconcerting because it smells like dead?
It's
And
not.
I've had some experience with things smelling like dead before.
It's not rot, and it's not blood, but it is unpleasant, and it's not very strong. Are you examining more closely?
Yeah, do I need to roll another check?
Yes, make a perception check. You notice some random dead civilian. He looks like he might possibly be a half-orc. Very strangely, there is a hole in the top of his head.
Damn tourists.
From which a small bit of fluid is leaking. Seems to be the source of the smell.
So he has a funny smelling brain? Is that what I'm being led to understand?
If you wish to examine that wound closer, you are welcome to.
It gets worse every time.
That small trickle of fluid seems to be the only thing occupying that cavity.
Uh-oh. We have a brain sucker.
As you sort of probe gently with your Chris, it's hollow.
Gross. That's gross.
No, I'm pretty sure this is how orcs and half-orcs are.
But, like, you. He's hollow.
Yeah. Yep, nothing upstairs.
You'll also notice that
Now you're just being racist.
that small trickle of fluid does make a bit of a trail down to a sort of storm sewery area.
Right. If anything has eyeballs and a mouth and starts saying we all float down here, do not go down in the sewers.
Float down here?
Reference.
Lost on me.
the movie It with Tim Curry playing Pennywise.
Pennywise, but yes, that's why it was lost on me, because clowns.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the guy's obviously dead. I'm gonna roll him over and see what goes on.
All right.
Well, do the only thing you can do if he's fully dead.
Loot the body.
No, check his.
Go through his pockets, look for loose change. Yeah.
All right. So you roll him over. He seems to be dressed in fairly shabby clothing. When you roll him over, you find the smashed remains of a bottle underneath him. And a small coin purse that is empty.
Somebody else already went through his pockets looking for loose change. Or he was just kind of poor to begin with.
He also has a crude knife on his person.
Didn't seem to help him. Alright, so, knowing what very little I know about, like, thieves' guilds, usually I feel like they don't just, kill people to take their shit. They just sort of take it in a you didn't notice it, can't prove it was me kind of way.
When they're feeling particularly civic-minded, yes.
Or when they think that their mark is a sorcerer and set them on fire. Am I right?
No, you are not.
No, because that last guy just took your stuff from you, and I got it back.
Right.
So am I getting anything else out of this?
Well, you would know from a Thieves Guild perspective that it's a little odd to, leave the purse.
They would just take the purse.
There's a time element in actually emptying a guy's purse into another container when you can just nip it off of his belt and scarver.
I would guess that bottle was the result of his last penny, his last copper that he had.
Inspecting the shards of glass and the sort of wet area surrounding them, it is potent. It comes across to a refined palate like yourself, a bit more like fuel than potable.
Considering the permeability of alcohol in the brain, I would imagine that whoever sucked out his brain is quite trashed right now.
Drunken brain suckers.
Yep.
That's all we need.
They picked out this mark because he was drunk. He was basically pickled.
Alright, so, am I getting anything else off of this guy? Do I understand, why he's dead?
I believe
none of this makes any sense.
I believe the hole in his head and the missing brain is probably why he's no longer talking and walking about.
Right, but, do I know of anything that would take somebody's brain from them? What would I even roll for that?
That is knowledge dungeoneering.
Okay.
I mean,
In the wrong page.
I don't know.
Skills. Knowledge.
Galadriel, you've heard of things that do that, but you don't know what they are. Reyna, this is, there are legends about creatures in the very deepest regions that consume the brains of people.
This doesn't seem like a deep region to me. This seems like the middle of the fucking street.
But there are also things referred to as intellect devourers that do this as well.
Okay. So, like, why? Where would something like that even be found?
Apparently under a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, they tend to have layers. They can be sort of vermin-y in certain places. Looking around here, you'd probably lean towards the sewer.
Great.
Right, again, if something has eyeballs and is smiling at you, do not go in sewers with them.
I have no intention of going in the sewer, period. There are rats in there.
Now, there's also sewage in there, which is why I don't go down there.
Okay, so, group vote. Do we do anything with this dead guy, or do we continue on our merry way?
I bow my head in deep respect and say, I am sorry for your sorry, your pitiful lot in life, and move on.
I'm sorry for your pitiful, pitiful turnout in life. Peace out.
I hope I don't do the same.
Right.
Hey, this is a rough neighborhood. I can accept that. You know, again, don't let anything suck your brain out. Check.
Doesn't seem that hard, if you think about it. Keep your brains inside your head. Let your brains fall out of your head. Have you lost your mind?
And apparently, don't marinate yourself in this particular part of town.
Right, because things are just waiting to suck your brains out.
Yeah.
So you said that there was like a trail that led down into the sewer. Is it a trail of his brain matter that just happens to be flowing downward, or is it something else?
That would take a dedicated perception. There is a natural flow to this area of the alley, but there's also like a little drag trail in the middle of it.
Interesting.
Knowing what you know of intellect devourers, it could be a proboscis-y kind of appendage.
Gross. I don't like proboscis appendages.
Perhaps that movement that you noticed was you sort of disturbing it.
Oh. Mid-meal?
Honestly, who interrupts a meal? How rude.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me for not letting it finish eating this guy's brain.
If you reference my screen, you will see a picture, an artist's rendering of the shadow clock.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh. Rapunzel, let down your hair.
The shadow cock. Got it.
It is a little phallic.
That looks nothing like the clock tower.
Does not. Still looks phallic.
It's a tower. They all look phallic.
Some more than others.
This rocket is phallic shaped.
All rockets are phallic shaped. It's called aerodynamics.
Nope, it's called sexism.
This penis is phallic shaped.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Alright, so yes, that's a thing. You continue on your way to 82, I think it was?
86?
Oh, I thought you were going to the tavern.
Oh, okay. Then by all means, to the tavern.
Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be nice to scope them out, but we still really have to figure this out. That what's written in this journal.
All right. I just work here.
So I have no further actions until we finish deciphering this, however long that takes.
Hmm.
I assume Caladriel is in the same boat as me.
So I need additional attempts. Which you kind of did pretty terribly.
Yeah, no, I get it. Don't rub it in.
It's what he does. He's the DM.
That's better, right? That's super good.
That's an assist.
That's
Well, you're
You're
helping.
still assisting.
I'm assisting for a Caladriel who just has to click on a linguistics button.
Hey.
You mean that linguistics button?
Need that linguistics button.
Jackass.
So after this time, and then you're properly seated and got sort of a quiet table in the corner,
And a good ale.
Trakar is eyeballing people and keeping them away. There's a couple of
He's keeping him away with his language.
there's a couple of working girls that they wanted to pester you,
And I wanted them to pester me too.
but they never got to you because Trakar's just bitch facing all of them.
Not even
Right.
aggressive bitch face. This is active bitch face.
I lean over and I ask anybody who might know in our group. I said, hey, does anybody know if there's any drow in this area?
Brilliant.
Like, who are you asking?
Caladriel is in the book.
Who are you asking?
Anyone in our group that's nearby, like just haphazardly, just a random question.
How loudly are you asking this question?
About as loudly as I'm speaking now, so if someone's probably within 10 feet, they can hear me.
All right.
Baggins! Sure I know a Baggins!
You get some looks from other parts of the bar.
Yeah. Are they good looks? Are they interested looks? Or are they disgusted looks?
They're
Are they
like
drow looks?
curious looks, like what's this guy on about looks. Also, you notice that one of the guys just like reflexively spits.
I immediately walk up to the guy who spits.
Is he from New York?
He is the scruffiest,
Nerf herder?
least well-kept elf you have ever seen. This man he's leather.
He's been in Florida forever.
That'll happen to you. I look at him and I say, I take it you didn't much care for my question.
Maybe looking for no drow. Maybe I don't care much for you.
Oh, don't say that. I put my arm on his shoulder.
Oh, God.
He's our new special friend.
He smacks it away.
Oh, come on, buddy. We can be friends.
Another guy comes up next to you, Trakar. My friend doesn't like you.
Well, that's fine. I don't like him either. I was just trying to be hospitable. It's so hard with you elves, I swear.
Is the second guy an elf?
Probably not. He's probably human.
The second guy's just a human. He's a younger, guy, though. I don't think I like you either.
Aw, well, see,
I'll be more careful.
we're getting along. See, we've already got something in common. We already dislike each other. This is fantastic. My name's Trakara, and yours is?
None of your damn business.
Oh, sassy one, huh? All
Yeah.
right.
Raina,
How's it going, Nana?
Raina,
He pushes
The
you.
car over there. I'm like waving my hand, like as I'm like concentrating on the book. The car over there is distracting me. Go, make sure he doesn't like cause any kind of ruckus. I just want to concentrate on this.
I look at you. I look at the beer or whatever in my hand. I look back at you. I look at your car. I look at the beer. I look at you.
It'll still be here when you come back.
Just because we're friends doesn't mean I'm his keeper. He's not doing anything naughty yet. And, honestly, we've been cooped up for such a long time. I say this as I'm walking away.
Fine. Let him get into
Car.
one. Let him get into one bar fight, but make sure he doesn't kill everyone.
Right, no, I'm going over to talk to Jakar. Jakar, you're bothering Jerome.
Wait, how? He's way over there.
Exactly. I was sent like a messenger, like a gopher, to tell you that somehow you're bothering Turkar.
Jerome.
The leathery elf is just staring. He's actually trying to burn holes through his mug on the bar. The younger man turns as you approach Reyna, turns to Jakar and says, "Yeah, stop disturbing your master and know your place."
At this point,
Well,
Reyna says, "Oh, hell no."
Do I hear this?
And
Yep.
I come over.
I attack somebody with whatever I have handy.
Caladriel
bring
just
your
hunches
beer?
down.
I might have done.
Then you've got a flagon.
All right, I flagon him right in the fucking head.
Make a flagon attack.
How do I do that?
It's just
It's
basic
a melee attack.
It's
Okay.
improvised though, so you're gonna take a little bit of a penalty on it.
All right. Well, I'll roll it, and you can take the negative.
Yep.
I spill beer on him at the very least.
You make a swing for him, and he ducks back.
Oh, what a fucker.
And you splash a barmaid.
So
You
when
should
he
have been
said,
more careful.
Oh, my friend, my dear, dear friend. It is you who should be more careful.
as he said, "Master," I immediately became enraged when a human
Yeah.
spoke to me,
Ah!
and
Yup.
I slug him directly in the head.
You definitely see it, Caladriel. Like, this is happening.
That's Turkar. Oh, see it, I see.
Yeah, I'm not with these people.
So does a 20 hit?
As he ducks away from Reyna's flagon and starts spouting at her, he sort of ducked towards your fist. And you just sort of connect with the side of his head, and he slams sideways into the bar.
Oh, see? That's just the sort of thing I was talking about. You had a bit of an accident. Here, let me help you up.
Well, too late. I connected and I grappled him.
All right, it's initiatives.
There's a.
Here we go.
And here I was worried there wasn't going to be no combat.
Going last.
Um,
Going last.
all right, guys. I'm gonna have to quit and rejoin because I can't see my map. I'll be right
Well,
back.
that sucks.
Well, I can't click on my token, so I can't do the. I mean, I can click it from the sheet, but I still can't see anything. So.
Right.
I'll do it real quick. I'll be right back.
As an aside, I cannot find me. Can someone force ping?
Yup. Give me just a sec.
Assuming I'm on the map.
I think you're under Jerome. There. Thankfully, I have control of your token, so I can...
Um,
Did you find yourself? I forced being id?
no.
No.
Didn't. There I is.
Is you is, or is you ain't?
Apparently, I'm not good for much, but bar fights, I'm on my A game.
I mean, that's when it's key, right?
Yeah. I mean, also, barbarian. I mean, it seems like that. It's kind of like a. This should be on the resume.
All right, sorry about that. That is my net. Damn, you rolled well. I suppose you are pissed.
Super pissed. Have not been this pissed since I cannot tell you when.
Well, it's been a while since you had a good old-fashioned bar fight, so have
Also,
that.
I believe it's been since the altercation at the Hagfish.
Hagfish, yeah.
With Gorgie.
Yes.
Gorvy.
Gorvy, right?
Gorvy.
New shit shoveler. Extraordinaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this guy doesn't look like he shoveled no shit for a living.
No, but he's also mildly retarded for saying master to me.
Well,
I mean, he could not have known.
no. I am suggesting that this person is less than a shit shoveler.
No, that's what I was saying.
Well, I mean, people do know of the Strix.
Oh no, and I intend to. My intent when walking over is to set this person and the rest of the bar straight. I'm sure by example that will be accomplished.
I'm going to need to roll to see if it's the right bar for setting them straight. Never mind. Trakar, it's your turn.
So I have him yoked up.
Yep.
I squeeze. I grabbed him in a manner that when he started to go limp, I came up from behind his arm and grabbed the back of his neck. So I've got him in a chicken wing sort of fashion with my right arm, while my left hand, specifically the claws, are clutched right about his jugular, and I squeeze ever so tightly and whisper in his ear that today is the last day of his life.
And that you're going to eat his ice cream.
Yes. Shh, this is happening.
Say it with a knife.
Yes.
I just remembered what that I'm gonna eat your ice cream thing was from, and I'm so happy because I've been thinking about it for like 2 days.
So, as I do that, I immediately release him, but I release him in a fashion that I'm shoving him away and kind of at a downward angle as best I can, because I'm assuming he's probably about my height.
So when you clocked him, he smashed against the bar. So he was between the bar and you when you grabbed him.
Yes.
So which way are you throwing him?
To the bar. Preferably like a facial meat bar top scenario.
All right. So you sort of slam him in to the bar top.
I don't know what you want me to roll for that.
Well, make just like a general melee so we can take damage on that.
You want to take it easy on him, guy? Big guy?
Nope.
I don't think I've perfectly explained to you, Jerome, the extent of which how entirely racist Drakkar truly is against all humans.
Oh, no. I fully understand. I mean, I watched Django Unchained at least a couple times through. I understand this right now.
Okay, so then let me put this to you in a different perspective. This is the guy who was holding my junk and threatening it with a knife.
Most will just bleed out. Most. Oh, I need to see that again.
Fantastic movie. It really is.
By the way, who's this guy out in the water?
I needed somebody for
Be a,
keeping straight.
to be a prissy little elf punching bag.
Get another thing for the guy that Drakkar is throwing around the bar.
You mean you didn't fully anticipate me arbitrarily starting a bar fight?
That's not, that's not the art of the game.
I mean, maybe it is, and you just didn't realize it.
All right. I mean, it is the art of the game, but it does take time to. Like, I didn't have them there. That's well, you make the attack. I need damage, like unarmed damage. What do you D6 for that? So
Damn.
do a D6
All right.
+4 apparently. All right.
I guess.
Okay. It is at this point that the elf staring into his mug very, very quickly, startlingly quickly, throws his mug up in the air and starts just laying punches into you, Drakkar.
Yay! Cue the Pat Minotaur. It's getting serious.
Okay. That's a miss. Swings and you dodge. It's really very fast, though. Somewhat worrying. And then the mug comes down.
Oh, come on. It can't come down instantaneously. I totally had plans for that mug.
Well, I mean, it's 6 seconds.
Yeah.
He tossed it up.
Good.
And just swing.
Plans for it.
Okay.
It
So did he.
Time.
Throws it up, makes a swing. You dodge out of the way. The mug comes back down, and he palms it right at you, just accelerates it towards your face. Does a 15 hit you enraged?
It is quite possible. Let me check.
So, I put it to you that since during initiative everything is happening at the same time, I should have a chance to intervene that mug.
No, he's doing a thing. He's doing a thing.
I wanted to do a thing and it would have been epic.
We
You
barely
have your
even
own
got,
mug that you didn't
barely
hit.
even there.
Okay, so I'm having a hard time finding my AC at the moment. Must be looking at the wrong thing.
So you're enraged.
Yes.
Is 15 seemingly? I don't know
Yeah.
if that's enraged or out of rage.
I see
It's-
15.
It matches, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. Okay. That's interesting.
That's an improvised weapon, though. Is he taking detriment from that? Because I did.
He seemed to be really good at it.
Because he fights with friggin' mugs.
Well, I mean, the whole thing, it seemed like he's done this before, if I'm being
He's a
honest.
monk
This,
and
this man,
doesn't take detriment from
this
improvised
man looks
weaponry.
for bar fights for fun.
Right.
Like, this is a Saturday evening out for him.
This is what he do.
Hey, we're just amateurs.
All right. Six damage as the mug slams into the side of your head.
Unacceptable. I'm even now more angry.
Caladriel. He ends his turn by starting to laugh.
I'm staying out of this as much as I can. So I'm holding my action, but I am also holding a bomb. Just in case. When you fuckers come after me, you're going to regret it.
All right.
I'm holding it in my new hand.
So, if I may make a
The one
suggestion,
that no one expects you to have.
Yep.
out of character, DM, I believe this is Caladriel would be the equivalent of Captain Mudd in the Trouble with Tribbles episode during the bar fight. He's just wandering around drinking arbitrarily, trying to stay out of the way, consuming copious amounts of free alcohol.
I mean, I'm not
Garbage
drinking, but
cow.
I am watching.
All right. So
It's a fun break from having read this damn book.
the young kid who is laying across the bar pulls out a dagger and jumps for you, Trakar.
Delightful. Just kicked it up a notch, sweetheart. Escalation of force.
Come on.
17 hits.
Yes.
Or damage.
All right.
Make me a fortitude save.
No.
This ache emanates from the grazing wound that he gave you, and you feel unwell.
From a dagger? And only 4 points of damage?
It's poisoned.
Oh, well,
Poison dagger.
yeah. No,
He's one of those little bitches.
Alright. I'm gonna fillet him with that knife.
Jerome.
Alright, can I do magic missile with non-lethal damage?
Yeah, but why would you?
I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can because you can't target it.
No.
Right, magic missile just goes.
I don't want to kill anyone.
You're in the wrong bar fight, my friend.
And also, how are we friends?
Like, how do I associate with you who doesn't want to kill people?
Friend is a strong word.
Don't ruin this for me. Don't.
It's ruined. Don't worry.
It's totally over.
Sorry, I'm still kind of weighing my options here. For narrative, can I do this? Can I start a flame sphere, but not
In a
attack?
bar?
What?
Jesus.
What?
I'm asking before I do it.
Explosive alcohol, like, everywhere.
Can I start a flame sphere, hold it in my hand and not actually attack anything with it yet?
Sure.
Could I conjure that up and then do something that would cause an intimidation check?
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. Flame sphere is coming out, conjuring up in my hand. What was the last action? The last action was the guy with the dagger.
Yeah. Where are you, Jerome?
As soon as I heard the master comment, I immediately got up and started walking towards. So I don't know where you want to put that at. Like, let's say, like I was thinking, like maybe 10 feet away still.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to. All right. Car, engage there. Raina was sort of. Well, I'll let you place that.
What
Where are
is
we
it
at?
going on?
Ah.
Hey.
Which one's the old elf and which one's the nosebleeder? Is this the old elf?
No, old elf's the other guy.
This is the old elf and this is the
Yeah.
nosebleeder.
Yep.
How did they end up with their backs against the wall?
That's the bar.
How did they end up with their backs against the bar?
They're turning around the free action.
Not cool. Not cool.
They were sitting at the bar when I approached them.
I should be closer to this wall because I really don't want to be a part of this.
You can all move yourself where you think is appropriate, except for
I
basically
think
Car.
that's appropriate for me.
Is there a way to demonstrate that I'm hunkered down? Like, can you put me on the map layer?
We all get that you're not part of this.
I'll give you a yellow token. Does that make sense?
What is that supposed to mean?
You yellow belly son of a bastard.
I'm not yellow. I'm not dumb.
How do you partially place an object so it's not snap?
Alt.
Alt. Oh, alt.
So I had tried to hit this guy here with my mug. So I
Yeah.
feel like I'm kind of close to him.
Okay.
And do I get a sense of how old this person is? He's not an elf, is he?
Oh, the other guy?
Yeah.
He's maybe in his 20s.
I mean, if I'd known we were getting in a bar fight, I would have prepped a bomb and sword. But I didn't.
So I bring up the flame sphere, yell out to this man, "Listen up, you miserable little shit! You sheath that knife, you take one sock to the jaw for your insolence, and then you sit your ass back down before this is going up it."
Oh my.
That's what I got.
All right. He looks a little taken aback.
Is that like a request for more action, or is it in my turn?
That's fine. Raina?
Does he... So he's not really paying attention to me.
Not really.
Now, like, I can't see the edge of the bar. Could I get around behind it?
You could
And end up, like, over here?
the other side of the bar.
So, like, there...
Sorry.
No, I absolutely can't see anything now. Because you drew all your lines in black. Is there no, like, opening to get behind the bar over here?
No, that's further down.
How much further down?
A good 10, 15 feet.
Okay. So...
Do you have garrote wire?
No, sadly.
It'd be fun to pull him back across the bar.
I'm going to stealth around the bar and over to about here. Meanwhile, pulling my Chris.
Alright.
So who noticed me and who didn't?
Well, that's the thing you'll have to find out, isn't it?
My guess would be the old person elf.
I still have an attack left to me. All I've done is move.
Oh. Okay.
I guess you'll find out now.
I'm going to hold my attack, but tell me before it gets to the end of the turn order because I can't see anything but them.
Yeah, I also only see their turn order.
Well, okay, so it's your turn.
And I'm last, aren't I?
To be on the other side of the bar, you're gonna have to be over there. This is like 5 foot. Well, it's not 5 foot wide, is it?
No, it would only be
like
like maybe
2.
a foot and a half.
All right. So I guess if you really leaned out, you could melee across it.
Wouldn't have to lean. I mean, the barman is setting down mugs in front of people, and I've got a thing that is 18 inches longer than my arm.
Yeah, but their mugs are in range
Like
of their
18
hands.
inches.
The mugs aren't necessarily in range of the core of their body.
You get just the tip end.
Caladrel,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Same thing as last turn.
Okay. Drakkar.
So I am super excited that this guy just poisoned me, and also that he stabbed me and raised the. Well, he raised the bar. That's what-
Would you accept the consolation prize of getting to sock him in the jaw real hard?
Oh, by the way, Drakkar, take 2 strength damage.
How the hell do I do that?
In the temporary field, put a -2 for strength. Or miscellaneous.
Bear in mind the bargain I put on the bar for him. To simply get punched.
All right, so -2 and miscellaneous on strength.
Feel really good, especially you could even dislocate his jaw.
Okay, -2.
It'd be hilarious too if you dislocate his jaw.
So now that I am very, very angry, and he pulled the weapon, this is going to be my attempt at disarming him.
All right. That works.
Delightful.
You manage to knock the blade free from his hand, and it goes skittering down the bar.
So, does that? I'm assuming that counts as my attack. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I'm like what 5 feet away from him or less, probably.
Yeah, you're in melee range. You're like 5 foot.
I just stand my ground. I slap the weapon out of his hand and just stand there and stare at him.
Hey, buddy, I'm tired of your shit.
In an attempt to further intimidate him.
Go ahead, pick it up.
All right.
Jeez.
Guy is going to be pissing himself fairly soon.
This bird just gets angrier all the time.
Oh,
An angry bird.
still not good enough, though.
Like an angry bird.
All right. So, Reyna,
Mm-hmm.
you will find somewhat interesting that suddenly the elf leaps up onto the bar,
Okay.
catches his heel on the edge of it, and falls backwards off the other side.
That man is drunk.
Well, that was priceless.
So that's his turn. Caladrel.
A drunken elf.
Caladra laughs
Feel
openly,
his
but
face.
remains where he's at.
All right. Samuel looks real nervous that his elf buddy just fell.
What a fucking klutz.
He's not seen that before.
But he's not taken back by the fact that I'm not backing down.
And he's a little worried about you, and he doesn't have the support he thought he had.
And he's also a little worried about Jerome and the fireball.
It's going up your arse.
That's the best part. I would pay to see this.
So he says, wait, I fine, fair enough. Jerome.
I take a 5-foot step closer to him. Not that close. I hold the flame sphere real close to him, and then turn back to the rest of the bar. Right! Any of you sorry sods that get so much of an idea in your head that this Strix is chained, vacate that thought, lest you learn the hard way. And I dispel the flame sphere. And let's do... Yeah, sure. I might have stumbled a little bit as I said it.
Raina.
I had a big flaming spear in my hand while I said it. That should be intimidating as enough.
Got an advantage.
It helps.
Me now?
Yep.
Alright, let's see if I can do any better. Oh, everybody say a quick prayer. Yes! So I do the thing that guy tried not to do.
Tried to do, but
Wait a
failed.
minute, is he on my side of the bar? I thought he fell back the way he came.
Yeah, he's on your side of the bar. He
Oh, well,
skidded over the
hell.
top.
He fell over head over heels. Heels over head.
Yeah.
So I come and stand on his wrists and hold the Chris at his throat and say something along the lines of, do you have any more racist, insensitive, stupid comments to make, asshole?
And make a grapple check.
Right. Where is? Oh, wait, no, I had it. I just didn't see it. There it is. And remember, he's a prune.
Yep, you pull that off.
All right. So,
Snarls at you. Caladrel.
hold on.
Now is your time to
That
come
didn't-
up and join the victorious ranks.
At this point, I don't know that Shirkar has been, like, poisoned. Otherwise, I would be acting a little more rashly. No, it's Caladrel. I was trying to intimidate, but apparently, even though I'm standing on him with a blade at his throat, I suck at this, so...
So I pick up a book, tuck it into my robes, long suffering sigh, come over to join you guys.
How? Caladrel, how nice of you to grace us with your presence.
Are you guys done? Can we get back to business?
Well, that depends. I
Are
look
you gonna-
down at the guy underneath me. Are we done? Nice. Nice.
Please tell me that counts as the punch to the jaw.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going for.
I told him that's all he has to take. If
Wait, was it
if you're willing to the agreement, Takar.
I'm assuming I've pretty much rendered him unconscious at this point.
All right. So
You know that docket we're not supposed to be on? For any reason?
Oh, don't worry, we were sending other people. We were about to send other people to the docket.
it does not.
I mean, that's what I told the guy.
It does not what, Jeff?
Does not confirm. So you sock him in the face.
What'd you get, fucker?
He looks angry.
I mean, honestly, it's taken a lot for me at this moment to not attack him with my scythe and actually murder him. So,
Minus a 10% charge for not punching you in the face.
right? So, I mean, I feel like he should be happy that I didn't, like, kill him. So he can be angry all he likes. But as far as I'm concerned, he started every bit of this.
pretty much?
Especially when I was acting like the happy drunk, for God's sakes.
I don't even think you were drunk yet.
I hadn't drunk anything, but I was acting like the happy drunk.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. So
Happy go drunky.
Yes.
Raina, the guy under you struggles against your grip.
Okay. Am I rolling a strength check or something?
No. Well, yeah, sure, do it. Let's see if he can beat you with an 8.
Great, because this is going to be bad because I suck. I don't suck that much.
All right.
I, nudge his throat with the Chris and say, I'd be a little less squirmy if I were you. Your pal is getting his comeuppance. And you shall not interfere. I think I'm the only one who can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
At this point, I would like everyone to make me a fortitude save.
Everyone,
I'm bad at these, though. You can't make me do these. Not when I'm this bad. I mean, like, seriously. Seriously. Seriously? Seriously.
everyone.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I've been
Everyone.
My stomach is on the outside of me. I am fucking starfishing this.
All right. So,
No.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
You
So
sound
it is-
too on your microphone.
at this time that you hear a stop, and there is a blinding flash of light that pervades the entire bar. All of you are blinded.
Wouldn't that be reflex?
No,
Sure.
you can't get away from it.
Well, like to cover your eyes.
Maybe,
Like,
but for now it's fortitude.
no, can we retcon this and make it reflex? Like for reals?
No, because I
Are
said
we
it was
gonna
fortitude.
argue with the GM?
Yes. Because my reflex bonus is 9 and my fort is 2.
Raina, make a reflex bonus. Or reflex save. You are unable to maintain grip in your dazzled blindness on the elf that you were holding down.
Do I stab him in the throat while he tries to squirm underneath me?
Apparently not.
Because you should, but you didn't.
Shakar, you're pretty sure you heard the guy that you were engaging with, like, fall over the bar as the flash happened.
I just laugh. And I laugh hard enough that the wound aches more.
Come on! You hear, coming from that direction. And there are footsteps leaving the bar.
Do I make out anyone in explicitly shiny armor?
You don't see anything but white right now.
Do I feel smooth armor as I grope these people?
No. You feel some decidedly soft, unarmored, and you catch a slap from one of the barmaids.
For a 22 perception, do I hear footsteps going by me, and can I swing my Chris in the general vicinity of the footsteps?
You do. You can attempt to make a blind attack.
I'm specifically aiming for the ankles of the elf.
Please don't
So
hit me.
I
Please
knew
don't
that
hit me.
he
Please don't
was
hit me.
standing.
Please don't hit me.
I'm on the other side of the bar. Because I assume that, like, I probably might have. I don't know. Am I prone? What's going on?
All I know is you're gonna start like being able to see all the haze is gonna fade away, and Carl's gonna be there just screaming in agony.
So, Jeff, am I prone or what?
No, you're not prone. You got
Not
knocked
prone.
back.
Okay, so I knew that the guy was standing relatively close to me and that he was the only one standing relatively close to me. So, judging from my hearing, and I can kind of figure out where he's at.
All right.
Oh man, why does this thing not have a crit range? Some of your heals would have belonged to me.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Okay. So, with blindness and operating only on sound, we have basically, I think it's 75% cover. So we're looking for something under 25. Well, 25 and under.
You know how I hate these things.
Oh, so close.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to roll it.
Mischance. Generally me.
Hmm.
You swipe at air. As your vision starts to fade down from this white, you see an elf in robes holding out his hands, sort of out in the body of the bar. He says, "Look, not going to have any of that kind of thing in my tavern."
Totally
I
did.
feel like you should have stopped it before those miscreants started slinging around racist propaganda.
Look, I'm a busy person. I'm running a tavern. I can't have people destroying the place no matter what anyone says to them. I've never had a word break a chair. I've never had a word cost me to replace glasses.
No. And I've never had a word put a hole in my best friend. You act as though we're completely to blame here.
To be fair, the only broken glass that was done tonight was done by an elf.
It wasn't me.
You're only a half.
I am not a half.
He's not a half elf.
Excuse me.
Totally a full elf. And he
Hello.
always has been.
Hold on.
I didn't think full elves came that ugly.
Wow.
Calico smacks
Because I
the
was
room.
just bitching about people being
Just
racist.
an open hand slap.
Yeah, no, the Strix certainly, but elves are shits.
Didn't we just determine
And there's another slap.
is an elf? You're not helping our case, Jerome.
Get out. It's a lot of you.
Should we pay our tab?
Yes, you should definitely do that.
I leave one gold piece.
I will pay my tab, but I'm not paying the tab of the guy and the elf that left. Cause
Oh
fuck
no,
them.
no, fuck them.
In fact, fuck them so much, I'm probably going to follow them.
No, they're not worth it.
I'm gonna sick the whole fucking Thieves Guild on them. It's gonna be great.
You're not even in the Thieves Guild.
Yes, I am.
You're really actually not.
As far as some of them are concerned, I can totally pull it off.
You aren't. So you are escorted
Oh, one sec.
out of the tavern.
Way to go, Jerome.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is. It is entirely your fault. Why would you start making elf comments when the guy who was already pissed at us was an elf?
I'm not feeling so hot, guys.
I start looking over to Carr.
You inspect the wound. You peel up a little bit of his downy weirdness. It's like frothing.
Well, that doesn't seem normal.
No. But it doesn't seem to be actively frothing anymore. Like the froth that's there, it's not building or anything.
Dry froth.
Yeah.
Gross.
But yeah, that's not the normal stab that you'd see. Doesn't usually bubble in quite that color.
I curse fluently. Son of a bitch used a poison dagger. So, yeah. I don't know what else was on here. Are you having any other side effects aside from feeling ill?
Am I?
Well, I mean, you don't feel quite as strong as you did recently.
Well, I mean, besides that, I mean, I really don't. Am I suffering any other symptoms, DM?
No, you're just down at strength. You're weaker than you feel you should be. At about this time, I'm assuming you're still just sort of standing outside.
I'm still looking at Trakar, trying to figure out what to do with him.
A
Sorry, I had
small,
to let Jill in. We're just outside.
yeah, a small bent, crazy-haired old man in a bit of a like burlap sort of robe, tied with a rope.
No, I'm sorry. We don't have any money to give you today.
Yes, money? I would say not. I would be surprised you have any money at all. Poison dagger, I heard.
Yes.
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 How'd you hear that?
Just down the street. Somebody says something about a poison dagger. It pays to keep one's ears open in this area.
Fair enough. Are you able to do something about this?
Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Spread out!
I'm concerned, and I give him some space, hand on the handle of a weapon.
Need some light.
Dancing lights.
Old eyes. Oh, quite the trick. Thank you.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. Tricks and trinkets.
To provide
Starting
entertainment.
fights like a jerk.
Does that hurt there? And he just pokes you in the hole.
Oh
Poke!
dear.
Ow!
Pokes him in the hole.
Yes,
It's just a tip.
It does hurt.
it hurts. Don't do that.
Ah. Yeah, poison dagger. Well,
I'm pretty sure a regular dagger would also hurt.
That's what I was just thinking.
But it doesn't usually leave this gooey residue.
he rummages around in a sack that he's got on the slung over his shoulder, pulls out a little stick, and not entirely painlessly scrapes away a little bit of the froth into a small dish that he's holding in the other hand. Let's see here. Let's put that down here. Where is the... I guess he pulls out a little bottle with an eyedropper. Drops a couple of drops into the dish and swirls it around, and it changes color to like a fuchsia.
Ooh.
This is kind of interesting. And then it suddenly like goes black and solidifies into sort of an ashy mass. Yeah, it's just one of the weakening poisons. Well, the only group I know that tends to use these and tends to give them out to just about anybody. It sounds a little bit like the Skarsny.
What?
Skarsny, they're a crime family. Run a couple of things here in the shadow.
They're not related to the Scarnetti, are they?
I can't say that I've ever heard the name Scarnetti.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Isn't there a town south of here that's like a mill or something? Haven't been out of Underbridge and
That's fine. Just so long as they're not the same. They're not one and the same. If they're two different families, we'll deal with that.
I'd say you should be more careful. Dangerous folk. Especially
Yeah.
since they haven't been able to get the foothold in here that they would like. Makes them touchy.
I'm trying to still prove themselves.
Anyway, I should have something for this. Let's see. Didn't put it... last week I had the cats. Fed.
Haven't fed your cats in a week?
They're gonna die.
No, cat got into the medicinal herbs. Didn't replace the. No, I don't need. No, it wasn't that. It was this. This. And he pops it into his mouth and chews up this sort of wad of leaves.
Catnip?
Terrible flavor, and he jams it into your wound, Takar.
Jesus.
That should help. In a couple of hours or so, that should draw out most of the poison.
Thanks.
Should be feeling better.
I fish out like a random strip of like leather that I just have for like doing trim work and stuff like that, and just hand it to Trakari. Like, bite on this.
Anyway, should be more careful. It's a dangerous part of town. Crazy foreigners. Just starts wandering off.
Did Caldwell get kicked out with us, or is he still in here?
Yeah?
I'm gonna like go after him. Be like, thank you for helping my friend. It's been a long time since we've experienced any kindness from a stranger, and I'm going to give him 3 gold. I hope this will cover your expenses and then some.
That's not necessary. I'm just an poor itinerant cleric. Just wandering around. I like to help out when I'm needed.
Well, we certainly appreciate it.
This guy's not a dwarf, is he?
No.
He sounds like he could be, though, doesn't he?
Right?
I don't
He's
know
got
why.
some dwarf in his family somewhere.
I run a small orphanage, and I just try to make the best of this place.
Well, money for the orphans, then. Ouch.
That'll work. I will accept it as a donation and not payment.
Alms for the poor. I turn back to Caldrell and say, now, did you learn your lesson?
Excuse me! I smack him again.
I'll take that as a yes.
God damn it. But while we're talking, I might need some clothes.
What,
See, I've got this.
Did you shot yourself?
Well, no, I mean, I've got this new arm, and I'd like to be able to, kind of conceal it.
It needs sleeves.
Oh, I see. You need mittens for your little your dinky little arm.
And I smack him with the little arm.
Mutant appendage.
Look, you
now,
flaming bastard.
His third arm, is it right-handed or left-handed?
It's on the right.
It's on the right.
Gross.
I would actually like to do a thing. A thing that hopefully could actually be something that could be rather useful to Caldrell.
I swear to God, if you hit me.
No. Actually, this will be really cool.
I am still holding a bomb.
I would like to tailor for Caldrell a sash to tie around his waist. To tie around his waist. However, it's done in such a way that there is a certain thickness inherent to the sash that on one side of it is thick and on the other side of it is hollow. Hence, his arm actually fits into the sash as a sleeve on one side, but he can allow it to just like hang freely, and it looks like it's merely part of the belt.
You get the sense that you could come up with something along those lines with proper application of pleading and actually strikes you as probably quite dashing.
Yes.
Dapper as fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Probably too good for the likes of him.
That's not true. I mean, I don't need it in like a fire pelt or something.
no. This is just like scraps I picked up along the way. It's very frilly. It's very frilly to match your frilliness.
Wait, no, really?
Yes.
You
With
don't
the
have
frilliest.
I mean, you are an elf.
you don't have the materials with you, but you have worked out a plan.
A tiny
Okay.
little green bug.
I will make it at some point. I could always make it out of that
Little
rug
green
that I
bug.
found at what's his face's place.
Well, that's a different sort of fabric.
And I have picked up fabrics along the way at like various places.
Yeah, but most of your tailoring items are at the Dragon.
I mean, I always keep a
you
little
didn't
bit on me.
I mean, you brought your scissors. You always bring your scissors.
Well, yeah, but I should at least have like a pouch or something like that of like scraps and bits of stuff. Not only like to collect, but do like patchwork and stuff like that. Because there's people always get holes.
Yeah, I mean, you got a basic like traveling sewing kit, but you don't have like
All right,
pattern table and.
fine. I have a plan. Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be super awesome, and when I make it for you, it'll make it look like you have you can have a sneaky arm that no one even sees.
You'll just look a little fatter.
What?
Well, you know, only slightly fatter than your usual fatness.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
You look fatter than
Am I
you.
fat? Am I a little puffy?
I mean, for an elf.
What does that mean? I'm like the only elf you know.
There was that guy in the bar. He was, sort of gaunt by comparison.
I mean,
you
it
don't
looked
know
like he hadn't eaten a pie ever.
What?
I don't. Jerome is talking out of his ass.
I believe it. I fully believe it.
It's kind of his thing.
Anyways,
Caladril, you,
Yeah.
however, despite distractions, managed to make a breakthrough
huzzah.
on the journal.
Mostly because you didn't get involved in the fight.
Right?
Yeah, after working on it for this day, you come away with the impression that you're glad the guy's dead.
Well, we all are.
God, what a dick.
Like, somebody wants to read his journal. Seriously? Like, you had to be this way about it? Make me go through all the work.
This guy.
So, you decipher the journal, and it does, there are several elements to it that seem to be fairly interesting to you and incriminating to the justice. There's enough evidence in there to put Ironbar in the gallows, which it might be a little late for. It does seem to mention at some length that he refers to a lovely Zanisha, and there's a passage about having his heart stolen, and that she provided him with a new method of murder. Kind of interesting. But there's not any really specifics about her in the journal. Besides just sort of glowing fluff. And it's sort of repetitive. The things that he does say about her, and says, oh, yeah, and she wanted me to do this, and I'm very happy to do that, and it just sort of follows this sort of theme.
Didn't we already come across one of these a-holes that was all obsessed about some mythical girl?
Well, there was Ch.2 that was all into Noalia.
Seems like a theme to me.
It had a different character to it, though. And it says he's visited her a handful of times, dozens of times. At the Shadow Clock is mentioned. There's also a ledger section that indicates that Ironbriar has received payment from the Red Mantis.
Ooh, Mantis.
For delivery of Voral's legacy.
I'm going to guess that that's something Lich related.
Do I know what that is?
Well, Voral was the one that wanted to be a Lich.
I wonder if it was part of the bargain that what Glove did with the mask gang.
Yeah, what was the entry?
Receive payment for Voral's legacy.
And did that happen, frequently?
It's just a one-time entry.
Does it give an amount?
It's a handsome amount of coin, yeah.
Interesting.
Calidar, I'll make a spellcraft check.
Now, why does he get to make a spellcraft check?
Because he's the one reading the journal.
Oh.
Some of the statements that Ironbriar makes about Zenetia seem to fit into a pattern of obsession, a pattern of sort of compulsion.
Of being charmed?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have it doesn't have the depth that sort of a natural infatuation would. It fits along a very narrow path, and it just keeps along that way. It doesn't expand in any way. It's thin.
There's no escalation to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of filling in the blanks of, I think she thinks this about me.
Well, that would be natural for a crazed kind of infatuation that's unhealthy. This is just a generic kind of stuff.
Would be consistent with some sort of charm, you would think.
Interesting. So maybe he didn't want to be a lich necessarily on his own, but he was compelled through this unnatural infatuation.
Right.
Well, he wasn't. This is Ironbriar, not Voral or anything.
Oh, right.
He's not a lich. He's the justice.
Well, not yet.
Murderers.
Oh man, I feel like we killed him and just sort of helped him along.
Interesting. Well, I certainly share this with the group. While you guys were throwing beers, one of us was getting shit done. And this is what I thought.
don't really know how to respond to that.
Good.
It doesn't seem like Ironbriar was the author of a lot of this. I mean, you've been down this road before. We tracked down Foxglove. He's killing people. Oh, there's a thing. There's a note from him where he says he's talking to other people. Seems to indicate he's another link.
Great.
Well, shit. Deeper down the rabbit hole.
Sorry, food arrived.
Weird.
You're right.
Well.
Love of God, Peckham.
What? I can make it more obnoxious.
I mean, are you sure?
You really shouldn't, though.
Yeah, let's not make it
Ouch, ouch,
obnoxious
ouch.
at all.
Your screen has gone black again.
Yes, it has. I'm not gonna attempt to fix it again.
Yeah. So I think our next plan of action, unless anybody had any other brilliant ideas, was to go to 86, where the Raven went.
I mean, that kind of fits all of our description. We found what we could from the journal.
Yeah.
It does mention the Shadowcock in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that being
The
said,
Shadowcock news.
it's nearly 1 a.m., and I feel like that's going to be somewhat time-consuming.
No. We can keep going. Josh doesn't need to sleep, right?
You are getting looks from certain passers-by now, out in front of the tavern. Looking down at yourselves, you realize that you're sort of covered in blood.
It's not my blood.
No, I'm not. Am I?
You're covered in some blood.
A little bit. Okay.
Just some leftovers from the thing. I'm a little bit worse for wear. I'm down to a little over half of my max hit points.
I didn't even gain any hit points from the last place I slept. No, I guess I did, but
You should have gained 6.
yes, but not a whole lot.
The same that I got. Well, I mean, we could go and try and get cleaned up back at our hotel or something like that. By hotel, I obviously mean boarding house or wherever it is that we're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, anyone?
I'm all for it.
Sure. I guess if we had to burn a day doing the deciphering, then yeah, that's
Did
would
we
imply.
did we burn the entire day?
Yep.
Okay,
Given the
well
rolls,
then-
yes.
Well then, yes.
Also, Jerome, you're feeling bad
Wait, why am I feeling bad?
because you're half dead.
Come on.
Well, I'm always half. Fine.
I'm trying to be subtle about saying you're all really badly off on hit points. Would you please do some healing?
I'm pretty okay.
They wanted me to sleep in like the worst of conditions last night.
That has absolutely nothing to do with anything. But yes, okay, so back to the thing, and does anybody have a better way of healing than using this wand?
My elixirs.
Is there a healer in town? There's probably several. A few even that I'm sure will even give you a happy ending.
It's a different kind of healing.
They have magical hands.
That's that sexual healing.
Sexual healing.
Well, I've got a wand of cure moderate with 12 charges left.
I feel like we should save that for when we're like inevitably stuck in some.
Agreed. So, Caladrel, how many elixirs do you have?
Caladrel
Um,
has.
better yet, what healer can we pay in town that doesn't have to burn any of our resources other than gold?
That's
But
what,
we have already wasted a day and we're going back to sleep, so he's going to be making new
Right?
elixirs anyway.
These elixirs don't carry over.
Oh, okay.
well, in that case, then burn away.
Well, I've only got 2 mediums, but I've got 3 light.
Okay. Who is the worst off? Looks like definitely Turkar.
I've seen better days.
Yeah.
Tuesdays come to mind.
So I would say give him a moderate, and then we'll see where he's at after that. You said 2 moderates and 3 lights?
Light. Yep.
We're back at our room, by the way. We're not just doing this in the middle of the street.
Right. So you get
You
back
want-
there.
You want to oppose that?
Okay.
If you don't, that's fine.
That's fine.
It's not how you do.
You want to actually oppose that, or? I think that's the better one.
Yeah, I think so too. So Turkar is gaining 18 hit points.
Yay!
How are you looking, Takar? Can you use a light, maybe?
A light would be more than sufficient, yes.
How's that?
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
Who else?
Jerome.
Jerome.
See what that does to me.
Getting a medium. Please oppose this.
Oh my god!
Wow.
It's
Well,
even the
you're
same
fucked.
dice!
Nice. So how you looking?
Wait, so what am I doing?
You're gaining 10 hit points.
Okay, sorry, I can't see my token, so I gotta look this up in the sheet. Where's HP at in the sheet?
Should be near the top.
Just in core?
Jeff, can you just look at his thing and see what his HP is on his token? Because he can't see it.
Okay, so current HP would be then to 25.
Yeah.
Which leaves me 5 away from my max, which a good night's rest should be able to take care of.
All right. Well, then, Raina, do you need 10 hit points?
I could use 13 hit points would put me at my max.
Well, this 10 in a night's rest will do that.
Okay. Well, I thought you gave the 10 to him.
He didn't need it.
No, he added that.
Oh, he did take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that 10 puts me at 25, and then a good night's rest puts me all the way to 30.
Well, then there's just the 2 lights left. How does 11 do you, Raina?
11 puts me 2 short of my total, so I'll be fine.
And I will take the last one. Nice. That
So
puts
wait.
me 1 off from my max.
The DM rolled a 13, so that puts me at my maximum.
Yep.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice,
I-
nice, nice.
DM, I think I'll stick with my roll for mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you rolled a d6 and not a d8.
Oh. But still, I still got the better roll.
'Cause you have the option of taking mine.
Also, you rolled a d6 for the one that you rolled for me, too.
Whatever, it was still pretty good.
It doesn't matter. Jeff rolled the 13, which was what I needed anyway. All right, so,
We're all between this and sleep. We're all good.
yes. Speaking of sleep,
Yep.
like next session, we storm
We
the
storm the castle.
shadow clock, but now we rest
The Shadowcock.
Right.
and eat. Rest and eat.
I will call the session there.